Restoration.
Today on Restoration. In life, people smile like nothing is wrong, pretend like everything is all right, act like all is perfect, even though it really hurts inside. Trying to forget someone you love is like trying to remember someone you never met. A broken heart is the worst. It's like having a broken rib. Nobody can see it, but it hurts every time you breathe. A single phone call can take you on a journey you wish you never started. And a single decision can make you cry all your life. Each night, you put your head on your pillow and tell yourself that you are strong because you've been able to live another day without a person you thought you could never live without. Next, where do broken hearts go?
Please let's welcome our first guest, Helen Asante. Hi, Helen. You look amazing. How are you?
I'm good.
Take a seat.
Restoration.
Please let's welcome Caroline Sampson. Hey, Carol. I hope you're going to rap for me today. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take a seat. Hi, ladies.
Oh, you're right. Queen.
How are we doing today?
I'm okay, I'm fine.
Where do broken hearts go?
To their homes. And then they fix themselves, basically, yeah.
Listening to your stories, like there are two different stories, but every woman can relate to. And throughout the week, I've been thinking, why is it that women are the only ones who get brokenhearted? It looks like the men don't, do they?
I think they do, though, but it's just majority of the women. You know, when it's a lot, then it goes out and people hear.
Yeah,
but if it's
the men
not,
are quite,
then yeah.
like, you know, they're confident, so they can't really
And they're
come
able
out and
to
say
hold
any
it.
Ego.
I mean, they
They got
have to
ego,
because
so-
they're men. You know, they have to hold it all the time. They can't come out and be all emotional as a man. So I think also that's what stops them from telling.
So I'll start with Helen. Watching that video, you spoke about a phone call.
Yeah.
What was the phone call about and who was on the other line?
It was an unknown guy. I haven't even seen him before. I never met him. He supposedly got my number from someone, and then he called me up. But I was busy with my friends, so I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna call you back." So then he's like, "Oh, wait, I want to talk to you so bad. So are you on WhatsApp?" I was like, "Yeah, you can WhatsApp me." I was that.
You're like being a
like,
diva.
you know, not diva, but I was just like, I don't know you, so why would I give you my time? So call me later. And then he sent me a WhatsApp message, and then we got talking from there. And then, yeah, we became friends, and
what happened?
then he asked me out. And
You accepted?
and I said yes.
Wow. But you really like this guy.
I loved him.
Oh, I've got lots of tissue, don't worry. She can have a lot of tissue.
I'm not gonna cry. Like, I'm not gonna cry because I'm so over it. But it's just memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the memories never fade.
You know, in a relationship where you get to know the person as friends, and you guys are friends, and then you understand each other, and you talk about everything. So you having an intimate relationship. You know, it's just like he's part of you and you're part of him. That's feeling.
It's so hard to let go sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Caroline, where did you meet him?
ANC. Yeah, ANC more. But, I mean, unlike her, there was no friendship, you know. I normally just meet people, and then if we clicked, I just go with the flow. So I'm not like here checking out what you've been up to or what you do or blah, blah, blah. So most of the time, I meet surprises. But, I mean, you can't blame them too much because as a woman, just maybe at that point, I really wasn't, like, taking life too seriously. Like, you know, and you don't want to also get yourself all involved with the guy for them to kind of, like, run away from you. I mean, I get that a lot, you know. You come at them so much, and then they run. So you also take it easy, and that was my mind then. So yeah, it wasn't like some deep love, whatever. We didn't even go like
just taking it
6
easy.
months or whatever.
Well,
Yeah, and
with
then the
my
pregnancy
friendship,
came.
it was more like, okay, I had just gone out from a relationship, and then I wanted to take my time. So I felt, okay, let us just be friends. Because when he asked me out, he came on me, and I'm like, look, I know what you're up to, but I'm not interested. Before you even go further, I'm not interested. I said, okay, well, we can just be
So
friends.
indirectly, you're kind of using him too, because every
Yeah,
lady,
I was actually using him to get over. But it was friendship wise. I was using him as a friend to get over the other one, because if I have a close friend I can talk to, why would I think about my previous one? You know? And then one thing led to another, and then you always want to hear his voice every day. You always want to hear your voice, and then that attraction is there. Yeah.
Here too. I think my shock was the fact that, I mean, it's not like I was expecting an angel or anything, but for someone that was always constantly just telling about, you know, how it would be cool to have kids with you. Even his friends are also going on about it, you know, like, yeah. Then I'm like, but you don't just have kids, you know, you need to do the proper thing. And they're like, Ghanaian girls, yeah, you like that a lot, you know, you just want to have the ring before you do. Why? Can't you just have a baby and then we take care of the others? So I think my shock was the fact that I knew he loved kids and was constantly on me to even have. So when I was told I was pregnant at the hospital, I wasn't really like, you know, I wasn't too afraid to just call him and tell him, because I'm like, he even wanted it, so why not? Because my friends know I'm not a lover of kids. I am so not. Like, I wouldn't even sit there and think if one day I'm going to have kids or not. If it comes, cool, but I'm not after it.
You're not crazy
So
about
when
it.
I called and he didn't want to hear it and was actually, you know, like referring to abortion, like as in this is not the time. So that's actually what it is. There's nothing, we didn't have any issue. It was just abort. I said no. That was it. It ended.
That was breakup.
We even had that kind of on and off thing before I found out that I was pregnant, 3 months after. So I'm calling you not to say let's do this or come back or whatever. I'm just telling you this is the situation. But I'm telling you with all the confidence because I know you want it. So now it's here. So imagine me being told, you know what, nah man, this is not going to happen. Just abort.
I don't want it.
Okay, you're on your own. So like, yeah, that was the last thing. You on your own and I've been on my own.
So at that point, he told you that. Did you think he really loved you, or you felt he just used you?
I didn't think he used me. I was thinking along the lines where this is not a financially sound person. You understand? So first off, I was expecting him to shake a little bit, but for him to just stand on his ground and say, abort it, I said, no, we can do this. Just chill. I know the situation, so let's just keep it at that. And then, and he was so now I could even tell he was even angry. You get it? So when he said, nah, man, and I could also tell that Caroline is just too hard as a woman in the first place. So now she thinks she can tell me what to do when I am saying this. So he's getting angry. I'm like, you know what? Let's just chill. It's fine. Okay, cool. If you want to keep it, you're on your own.
Wow.
That was the last line, you know. But even in between, once in a while he came up and then he disappears again. Yeah, pregnancy time. Then now nothing. Then I have my baby. I'm trying to get him to come name. He's not coming, so I name him myself. I give him his name.
I would even call you
and
to come name.
yeah, like
really.
3 years, and I'm still doing it. All the embarrassment. There are certain things I can't even talk about, but it was just embarrassing to me as a person. But this is me trying to get my baby's father in his life.
To be part.
It didn't work. I'm done. If he comes someday,
I'm just going through a whole lot in my mind now.
Yeah.
For who you are,
Yeah.
a celebrity, and everybody seeing you pregnant without a baby daddy. How did you take it? Like the moment he told you abort it and you said no, and he said you're on your own.
Yeah. I think
what were the emotions you went through?
I don't even think I even saw the media coming at me in a negative way. Because I mean, I'm not even the person that makes the news. You understand? So I was also keeping it on the low. So even my work, CTFM at the time, nobody knew. I don't know how it came up, and there was this very short segment on a show on Kwame on Hits FM, like this gossip kind of thing. Yeah. So I was in school, about to write my exam. Then all sorts of calls came through, and I'm like, no, if I pick, it probably would be some news about somebody maybe close to me dead or whatever. So I'm not going to pick it. It kept coming. So I said, okay, cool. Then Sammy Forson's call came through, and he's like my man. So I said, okay, Sambi knows how to talk about certain things in the.
So you're like, let me
pick his.
At least you presented nicely.
I'm telling you. So I pick up, and he's like, Carol William. I said,
just like that, bluntly.
I'm like,
So he wasn't even that cool after all.
So then I knew, no, something sounded like, where is this coming from? Like, they're talking about some female, presenter who works at some station at Adabraka. He's done some rap and whatever. She's pregnant, and the guy doesn't even want it. And now people are saying it's either some married man or someone that I'm trying to trap, and it's not working. And this description cannot be any other person.
Than you.
So it's you. I said, Sammy, you talk. I'll call you back. But then I knew, Charlie, now it's out. So, and I'm shocked. Like, I don't even know how bad it is for you to have a baby and have baby daddy issues. The media took it to another level for me, and that was like my breaking point. I mean, I could be driving and just stop by the traffic light and cry. And then move on. There are times it's red, and it's back to green, and I don't even know. And then people will be blowing their horns, like, then I just start. I can be watching a movie, somebody is crying in there, I'm crying with the person.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Just any reason to cry.
So from like 6 months to when and funny enough, it was affecting my baby in there. So I go to the hospital, and instead of going up, I'm going down in weight,
Let me come to Helen. Like, how did a lover become something else?
I shook stuff. Well, we I wouldn't say love, we liked each other, and then he came up with the idea of us, giving each other a try, or give ourselves a try. And I'm like, I've been there before, I don't want to. He says, no, I mean, I love you, and then I want us to try it out. So I said, okay, you know what, let me think about it. I have never said anything like that to a guy before. Like, let me think about it. If I like you, I like you. I don't think about whatever. But with him, I was like, let me just think about it. Let me be sure. So he was like, okay, cool. And then he kept pressuring me. Like, he started calling me, like, that he's changed from calling me Helen to baby.
Oh, sweetheart.
Then,
upgrading.
and then messages comes as, hey, love. It was just, I felt like, oh, wow. Nice.
This could be good.
From baby, hey, love, what are you up to? And then, I'm like, what have I got to lose? Let me just
give it a try.
Let me just give it a try. And then I found myself deep in love with a guy. And then I remember very well, I asked him, hey, do you have anybody you're dating? He says, no. Are you with anyone? The dude said, no. I'm like, are you sure? He says, no. I was with a girl before, and then blah, 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 but we're not together anymore. I'm like, okay. Because I don't share. Yeah, I don't share at all, so please. He said, oh, no, there's nothing like that. I'm like, okay.
So when you actually realized you were sharing, because she actually went out with this guy for a while.
For, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she realized he was what?
I would have taken it if he was
sharing.
He was married.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
He was married.
No, you see, you're laughing over it. Now she's also laughing because these are issues, I'm sure.
Because he didn't live here. He wasn't living here, but when we started, he started coming down for me, and then he was building up something in a house. So we go there. He comes to town. We go there, and then he tells me all sort of things. Babe, we're gonna live here. We're gonna do this and that, and then we there's nothing we don't talk about. And this is a guy. I Skype with him 24/7 on the phone. We are always on the phone. We're Skyping 24/7. At his office, while he's working in the middle of a meeting, I'm on video, he's on video, and then all I have to do is just be quiet when the client goes, and then we talk 24/7.
So how
and when he's home, we're talking. When he's home, he calls me. He goes to his mom's place, we Skype. I could not believe, even till last year, If he had come back and said, babe, it's not true, all I needed was a phone call to say, babe, I love you, and it's not true. That's all. It would have changed.
And you would have gone back.
I would have gone back, whether it was true or not. Coming from him, I just needed to hear that
confirmation
that it's not true, and I love you. That's all. I would have been stupid to stay with him still. I would have taken that. That's all I needed.
I also had broken heart.
Wow. And I asked if you were with Jaden, you said no. That's so mean.
Today is my baby's party. Oh, pepper, we could try a big surprise. We a special drink. We frog cry. We not share. But we do a party that's a
Oh yeah.
surprise. Baby, I brought you special drink. Cola, ginger, and apple. All for this party.
Calibus. That is what everybody is drinking here.
Oh, how?
That's a special drink there. And one I had serve visitors, Sophia.
She boys there. She a special drink, no, and one year anymore.
Campus say special drink. And no one here no.
Menu, Papa. And the party.
The all-new special drink comes in different flavors. Special orange, special ginger, special apple, and special cola. Special drink, naturally tasty.
Real Plan Estate at the Niger Semnenam. Asase de Japade. Asase nya de ayeto eboka. Efrin krande ko dodo wa de kwantiawa. Dodo wan sase ankrofo na boarding ye de yeto ne fofofo. 2,000 Ghana cedis. Yebetwe biama. Wantin ye. 2,000 Ghana cedis. Dodo wasa se krojin. Real Plan Estate se pe ene betima ye we ama. Fa humatrofo e. Nefre Real Plan Estate. Emprempren ya. 0272 89 89 89 and 0272 89 89 88. We a promotional price. One can one a besenjao. Fresesia. Can changing your engine oil really change the world? Yes, because this is not just another crude oil. This is new G Oil, ultimate biodegradable high-performance oil, made in the US of A for Ghana from renewable bio-basis sources. So it's time to make the change official, because if the G can run in the American Le Mans series, you bet your car can run on it too. New G Oil. Only from Green Earth Technologies. For more info, go to greenearthghana.com. For distribution, call 0544 310056. Coming to a filling station near you.
Restoration.
So when you found out he was married, how did you take it? Because I know most Ghanaian girls wouldn't even want to go there. They don't mind sharing a guy with another girl, but not to go after a married man.
First of all, let me say that we always get the sign, but then you ignore. I got the sign. First was, there's another lady in our industry, I don't want to mention name, and then I have never, like, my colleagues, nobody knows who I'm dating, like who I go out with. I don't put my business out in the public like that. And then he's the first guy. I used his picture, or I was proud to show off that, oh, that's my boyfriend. And a colleague friend was on BBM, and then she sent me a message, hey, Kitty, is that your guy? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's nice, he's very nice. 2 days. A colleague friend, or a colleague actress, is using the same picture on her BBM, as a DB, on her BBM.
Wow.
You know, we had a lengthy talk. So 2 days when she saw that, and then she came back to me and said, cute, are you sure this is the guy? Because
he's been busy.
That's the same picture on this person's phone. And like, which picture? At that point, my heart could jump out. Because I was boiling up. Like, when I'm angry, you don't want to be around. I was boiling up. And then she said, okay, I'll copy the picture and the status and send it to you. And she did. And there's the same picture that when I Skyped with him, he took it. Babe, this is what I'm looking this morning. Then he sent it to me. And that's the same picture this girl is using.
Oh, so he had two babes, actually.
Yeah. And so the sign was just there for me.
It was just there.
And it
but
was
you just did not want to believe it.
Well, I was just so into it. I don't know. At that time, I was going through.
It should have been a confrontation.
But you still are hopeful.
Yeah, but you should have at least asked.
You know, the thing is, I was happy. I mean, at that point, I was going through so much. And when I talk to him, I'm okay. I tend to forget about my problems or whatever I'm going through. And then I'm okay talking to him. So I always wanted to hear his voice. So paying attention to other things was not there for me. It was just him. Because he checks on me every minute. Where are you? You're in town. What time are you getting home? Get home at this time. Who is this person? You know, he was so detailed. And I'm like, no guy is ever like that with me. Because I'm more like, I'm that type. I always like things done my way.
Who wouldn't want
you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't settle for either. Like, I always want things done my way. And then here's a guy who's telling me
what to do. And
times I'll argue with him and he wouldn't even take it. And I'm like, yo, I think I have found someone who can really control me. And then I was happy. So when that issue happened with the whole picture thing, I asked him, like, what's this? He said, I'll call you. I'm in the office. I'm like, well, I'm waiting. So he calls. And I'm like, so what's going on? Do you know how embarrassing it is for me to even see this? When we started, I asked you, if you know anybody in the industry that I know, let me know so I know my stand. Because if I know you've gone out with other people in the industry, I would not even put your picture up until I'm sure of what I'm in. But you made me believe that you had nobody. So I was confident to show you off or be proud for the first time that this is my boyfriend. And then this is what I get. With a person that
Was the person your friend?
I wouldn't say a friend. I would say I just know her in the industry.
Okay. But when you meet, you're cool, you talk.
Yeah, we meet on set, we're cool. Like, hey, what's up? Long time. That's it. Yeah.
It's funny. It looks like most of these very sweet relationships turn out so, like, you know. Because even with my baby's dad, sometimes I sit back and I'm like, this cannot be the same person. I mean, you know the way people talk about industry girls, right?
Yeah.
And I know he heard stuff. But he's very confident. I mean, he doesn't care. From UK, so yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
But then again, like, there are times where like I'm going to his house, you know, typical GH guy, you can't just get up and go there because you think you're dating. No. Yeah. So I'm calling and I'm like, are you home? I want to come over, blah, blah, blah. He's upset, like, why are you calling me? Mikasa Sukasa, you can just come in. Me, I'm not like your typical GH guys that, you know, we have things to hide, so you need to call me, you know, like check in before you come in. So it's fine.
Stress on the
and I put him out.
Thing. Yeah. Guys think, okay, this industry girl, they're like this, they're like that. So I'm thinking, after everything, I was thinking, okay, he actually thought industry girl, so let me just give her what she wants and then I'll bounce. But when he came down and then we got together, his friends met me and everybody got to, he realized that I was different. Same here.
But Caroline, seriously, I am so proud of you because yours would have been like double trouble. One, fornication. Two, murder.
I'm telling you.
And you have such a handsome little boy, Jaden. He's right here. Yeah. Hi, Jay. How are you? Oh, so cute. Yeah, he's coming to mommy.
With his hot pants.
Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of young girls should really learn from this because look at this beautiful living creature and you would have just flushed him out like that.
That's the thing, you know. I mean, for me, I'm even scared. Like, and I know how it's done. All these
the stories our mothers will tell us.
Charlie, I'd rather not, you know. And I remember the doctor just sitting me down and asking me how old I was. I said 27. He's like, "Are you working?" I said, "Yeah." "Do you have anybody in your family that can take care of your child when he comes?" I'm like, "Yeah, my mom." So that's it. Forget it. Yeah, because I mean, you come here and you're doing so well. Now there's a problem. I don't know what is happening with you, but if you have all these three, you're good. Have your baby and you'll be fine. So that was when I decided to just let him be and stop calling him because sometimes I get text messages and I'm scared it's coming from him because you know you're going to open. Maybe he was all trying to do all that he could to just get me to be upset to take it off because he knows that once it comes, wherever he is, he knows he has a son somewhere. He probably might just, you know, be uncomfortable. So yeah, but he was such a nice person and you just wonder like how just a baby and he's 3 now. I know he hears about us, he sees us, pictures all over and everything. So I don't even know why.
He's a younger celebrity in Ghana.
Like
at
we
7
meet
weeks.
in the club, we meet on the road everywhere. He's very active around. Those that know him know. I put him out so people knew.
Because at 7 weeks he featured in a movie.
My friends, industry boys, Kwame, Eddie, Amani, all those people because I wanted them to know that, Charlie, I have a man now, so it won't be all boys. Now I'm calling all these guys and telling them, I'm pregnant too. And they're not even asking who because they know the guy. They're like, why are you sounding like this? Is there a problem? I say, yeah, he says I should abort. Like, whoa. You are not even talking to us right now. We don't know what to say. But I mean, they were supportive. And they also told me that with men, it's like that. So let me just have the baby. When he comes to see it, then the baby comes. They're like, no, you wait. When he turns 1. He turned 1. We had a party. They're like, okay, you 2 years, we'll see. Now 3. Now nobody talks about him. Like, just do your thing, Caroline. You're good.
Yeah. But I always believe that God turns the heart of the king to any direction he wants. So the right time would always come.
We need these sometimes. Well, for me, it wasn't like a very pleasant experience, but I sit back and I'm like, it was worth it. It was. You know, because there are too many things that I've turned around. Even in my own life, the way I think, the way I do things, that I don't care. Nah, man, it's helped. It's helped. And I mean, he's just merciful. Like, it's just grace, you know, because you're not worth it at all. Yeah, it's just grace. It is.
So now, after the tears, what has happened? Because I know a lot has really gone on in both of your lives.
Yeah.
Because Helen has her own company. Tell us about your company and all the projects you've been up to.
It's called Epic Visions. We're coming up with a show called Surprise Show. It has to do with just birthday celebrants and all that. And then I'm coming up with a charity campaign. It's called Cleaning Up for Charity, where we're going to be cleaning up across town to raise some funds for kids elsewhere in the villages and all that. So yeah, it's good.
Well, for me, funny. Before my baby, I thought I wasn't going to do radio again because I was tired. And I didn't know who, because everybody told me that, you know, when you have a baby, you're going to be big. Nobody will even call you for a job. And after him, even some of the people that I longed to work with came, you know, SA, Nigeria and stuff, and then now I have 2 endorsements, Rudine and Castle Milk Stouts, and it's just going and going and going. I'm doing way too much and so good now, even, you know, that he's here than before. And funny enough, I was scared. I was even buying, you know, creams and corsets and stuff, waiting
to lose all the weight.
Nothing happened. I think I even look better now than, you know, before. So yeah, it's just grace.
It's just grace.
We're just doing what we do and doing it more.
Okay, so now, ladies, I'm going to give us all a challenge, the 3 of us. It's up to us to really make sure that young girls can really stand up and say that we want this, we don't want this. And for those who are not fortunate enough to find themselves pregnant, it's up to us to really encourage them that, you know, it's already happened, but you never know what this child will be tomorrow. So you have to keep it. So it's going to be our responsibility. We're going to select 5 schools. The 3 of us would go around, meet the girls, and talk to them. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a deal?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Not too. High 5. Stacey, you like that?
Yes. I'm taking you. No, restoration, it's all about surprises.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so it's actually our responsibility because these girls really look up to us. And if we have been through stuff, it is either we are telling them what we've been through for them to learn, or even if we are not able to reach out to them and they've been through it, it is up to us to tell them that, listen, you can still make it.
Remember on Mother's Day, a girl tweeted at me and said, I make a single motherhood look so good, she wants to be
beautiful.
one so bad. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? It is not easy. I mean, if I'm sad, you know, there are times that I wish this guy knew the guy. You know, especially when I see him in town, like, you can't even just drive, come and check him out. I mean, you know, and I'm in my room, I cry a little bit, and I stop. So yeah, it's not easy at all, like people think it is. I mean, my down points and my down moments, there's no way I'm going to put it out there, so you wouldn't know, but they are the worst. The worst. Just even wishing, you know, his dad would just pop in one day to just surprise us. And I mean, come on. And you look at your son, it's like, there's really nothing shameful about him. So what is happening? You ask God too many questions, you don't get answers. So you need to now bring yourself out of that mood again and just say, you know what, it is well. And then you move on, but you break down every other time, especially when you see him.
If I was pregnant and then in that situation, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
My mom was very supportive. My mom was very,
I
think she was a bit some way.
Listening to her, she said she almost committed suicide. Yeah.
Wow.
Because I could not talk to anyone. I mean, my home, I can't talk to my mom that, Mom, I have a broken heart. No. I can't even talk to my sisters like that, relationship-wise. We can sit and laugh like nothing is going on, but I was keeping it inside me. I didn't know how to tell anyone. And then people in the industry told me so many things about him, and I did not listen to anyone. I cut everybody off. So now there's nobody to talk to. True. I'm on set, we are filming, and then I can't remember my lines. Director's looking at me and like, what is wrong with you? All the way up in London, because I remember when I traveled, it was always him. Where are you? What's the word that he's coming down to see me? And you know, and then I'm there again filming, and then no calls are coming in because I'm used to that call from him. Maybe I can't remember my lines. So he's like, oh, just come down, everything will be okay. Then he talks me into it. So now I'm not getting all that. And then I'm there, I'm just crying, and I have to remember my lines on set, and I'm standing there, I'm just looking at the camera, like, I'm not even there, like, nothing is happening. I could not remember anything, like, all I could do was cry.
These are two strong women. You deserve a big round of applause.
You know, I try. And the thing is, I became so sick. I mean, look at how big I am already. And then losing it.
And losing more weight?
Yeah, because I was crying in me more than I was crying outside. My pain was, God, you already know what I was going through already. All I needed was some love, and then I get this. I mean, who else can I talk to apart from God? I mean, he gives us a sign, but we go back to blame him. If he doesn't give us a sign, we go back to blame him. So he's the only person you can talk to, and then he takes all the blame.
Bottom line, I think what I would say is, regardless of the situation, it can be that bad. Ours might just be cool. Others are going through way more. But bottom line is, the better day will come. We just need to be patient. It will come. Eventually, it will be there. So let's just be positive and just wait for the better day. It will come.
And this lady was with me all through the night, crying.
Everything isn't about to expire, so we do it.
Today is my baby's party. Oh, pepper, you could kind of big surprise. We a special drink. Who cry? I'm not seeing that. Jimmy, you are party that's
oh yeah.
Surprise! Baby, I brought you special drink. Cola, ginger, and apple. All for this party.
Calibos. That is what everybody is drinking here.
Oh, how?
That's a special drink there. And no one I serve visitors, Sophia.
She boys there, she a special drink, no, and no one anymore.
Campus say special drink, and no one any no.
Menu, Papa. And the empire.
The all-new special drink comes in different flavors. Special orange, special ginger, special apple, and special cola. Special drink, naturally tasty.
Real Plan Estate at the Niger Semnenam. Asase de Japade. Asase nya dia yeto eboka. A free crande ko dodo wa de kwantiawa. Dodo wan sase and crofo na boarding yedia yeto ne fofofo. 2,000 Ghana cedis. Yebetwe biama. Wantin ye. 2,000 Ghana cedis. Dodo wasa se krojing. Real Plan Estate sepe ene betima ye we ama. Fa humatrofwe. Nefre Real Plan Estates. Emprempren ya. 0272 89 89 89. Ana 0272 89 89 88. We a promotional price. One can one a besenjao. Fresesia. Can changing your engine oil really change the world? Yes, because this is not just another crude oil. This is new G Oil, ultimate biodegradable high-performance oil, made in the US of A for Ghana from renewable bio-based sources. So it's time to make the change official, because if the G can run in the American Le Mans Series, you bet your car can run on it too. New G Oil. Only from Green Earth Technologies. For more info, go to greenearthghana.com. For distribution, call 0544 310056. Coming to a filling station near you.
But I have something special for the two of you. Caroline, you've been in SA, and I asked if you were with Jaden. You said no. That's so mean. So Restoration is actually giving you 2 tickets to SA for yourself and Jaden. Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah. I'm not kidding you. So you can go have some good mom and son time.
My visa isn't about to expire, so we're good.
So you need to get a visa for him. Yeah. Yeah. So proud of you. So proud of you. We're also giving you a month of pampering at Studio Fix in Jolu.
Okay.
Yeah. So you go there, you get a massage and everything.
We have been restored all over.
Yeah, you've been restored. We're not done.
Wow.
You're getting shopping vouchers for Divas Trends in Jolu and Stacey's Boutique at Kokomlin.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. You're such an amazing woman. You're such an amazing woman. Okay, Helen, we have something for you too. By Kind Courtesy La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. No. By Kind Courtesy La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, where we're recording, we're giving you a weekend away. Yeah, so you can come with anybody to spend some very quality time. You also get a month pampering at Studio Fix, also in Jolu. So you could actually go together. Yeah. And go get yourselves pampered. And you also get vouchers from Divas Trend at Jolu and Stacey's Boutique. Okay. We're so proud of you. God bless you. Okay. As much as we all would say we've healed from our broken hearts and we've moved on, I'm sure there are certain basic things we need to really move on and get over it. So I would be inviting next a counselor, a brother, a pastor, a friend, a teacher to come and talk to us all so that when it happens, you know how to really swim through it. And if you've already swum through it, how to look or forge ahead for the future so you don't fall in such swimming pools again. Please let's welcome Very Reverend Amwate. You're welcome, Rev.
Thank you.
Please take a seat. But I love to call him Sopho. Sopho, how are you?
Good.
You heard our ladies and your stories. As a counselor, what do you make of these stories? Because I'm sure a lot of women, or even men, might be going through such experiences at home.
Well, let me first make this general statement. It's not anything different from what we unfortunately or fortunately experience as human beings. Personally, I believed, and this conclusion is informed, that such problems are the issues that make us grow. The good side that I saw about them as they told their stories was that these women have been able to process whatever they've been through, and bitterness is gone. They're not bitter now. But as human beings, we have two sides. We are powerful in the sense that we are created in the image of God to be powerful, be creative, to bring into being things that are not. But at the same time, we're also vulnerable. Vulnerable in the sense that even in the creation stories, we are told that we are creatures of limitation, that some things we cannot do, that some boundaries we cannot cross. And this is symbolized in the account that says, you can eat of all the trees, fruit of all the trees, but this very one you cannot. So our human being in its truthfulness is expressed in terms of being powerful and at the same time being vulnerable. And this is what they are exhibiting. Women who are stars in their own chosen careers, powerful women in their disciplines, making a name for themselves, and yet being abused because they share and participate in human vulnerability. It's normal. It's normal. What is the big deal is how we process the vulnerability we all subscribe to as human beings. And for them, that's no big issue. They process it very well. They're getting it behind them.
For Caroline, who is a single mother, most women would have, let's say, rejected the child, wouldn't even give the child that love the child needs. But looking at her, she's just doing great. So what would you tell Caroline? What does she need now? Because now all she's asking for is a father figure for the child. Do we really need human figures as father figures for our children?
Sure. I cannot say we do not need father figures. For in the Bible, when Mary conceived, God came to the level of reasoning with Joseph to accept Mary and father the baby Jesus. So in fact, from the biblical point of view, it's not the best to have a single parent raising a child. The ideal situation is that the father and the mother would work together towards raising their children. But let me be quick to say that God does not deal with ideal situations. For we have a great person in the Bible whose father went into somebody who is not even mentioned. That person, the lady is not even given prominence. And so the legitimate, in quotes, children cast that person out of the family. And he became a terrorist, a Janguja person, but eventually was used by God to save Israel. And so for God, in God's economy, it's not always the ideal. And in fact, most often, it's not the ideal. But what he decides to do with people. But it's good. It's good. But let me be quick to also add that why do we sometimes get sad over issues like this? If you think through it carefully, realize that it's society's prescriptions for others we are buying into. Society expects that everybody should have a father figure. And so if somebody like a career woman, somebody in public's eye does not get a father figure, that person is missing out on some important issues of life. But who says that we should always keep ourselves in a box? For some people, for God's own wisdom and his way of doing things, a father is a father and a mother at the same time. But I am proud about Carol because she stood her grounds and said, no, I'll not deny another person life. This person has the right to also live and contribute to what God is doing. In spite of the intimidation and the obvious irresponsibility from whoever that young man was, she decided to let his baby live. And what joy could be more than having a son sitting on you? And the reason why this son is here is that you decided to give that son life. And that is godly. Godly. All the others. Some people have fathers who are not fathers. And some people have mothers who are not their mothers. And so now in the world we're talking about biological fathers, biological mothers, and real fathers and real mothers. I have a sister. I didn't take any permission from her. I'm a Christian sister. And so I'm not going to mention the name. But she had given birth to 2 girls. And for about 13 years, nobody was approaching her, even proposing. And I remember we had to pray. And when God brought in the man, that man said, well, I am marrying this woman. I saw this one. I loved that woman. If that woman has 2 children, what's the big deal? And then he went on to say, even if I don't get a child with this woman, these 2 girls are going to be my children. And he has partnered this lady, and they have raised these girls. All of them went through the universities. One is in the UK, one is working in a bank in Accra here. And it's so beautiful a family. You wouldn't know that you need to be told to come to know that he is not the real father of the girls. You see, we give birth to children, but their real parents are defined by God. And the most important thing is what you did. If I were him, I would look for some elders. And when she was talking, she said it was not good financially then. Maybe that was the reason. And maybe he's thinking that if I come, the family will make me pay a penalty for that. But that makes you a man to accept that this time I did not get it right. Find some elders, go and say, I made a mistake and this. And so I want to have my baby and contribute to his upbringing. That would be wiser than not going. Yeah.
And for Helen, who is like almost scared to venture into starting another relationship, what would be your advice to her?
Helen's case. You know, I'm happy when you started your interviewing them, you said, why is it that it's women alone? Well, who said it's women alone? It's not women alone. And that song you started with, the Kenny, not Kenny, Don Williams, is it? Some broken hearts never mend. Yeah. It's my favorite countryside. Oh. Everybody who knows me will tell you. Yeah. And it is because I also had broken heart.
Wow.
Because the woman I knew I was going to marry, she was in my plans. I was talking to her. I mean, everybody knew this is my wife. And I bought into that. I was traveling to the US for schooling. And this lady was with me all through the night, crying, saying, you see, when you go, somebody will snatch you away from me. 2 weeks I came back, and the lady was married.
Wow.
2 weeks.
Not 2 months, not 2 years.
Because she thought I was gone. But the contractor, those days were using contractors. Ran away with my money and I had to go home. And the lady was married. 2 weeks. And where their shop was, it was then in Kumasi where the shop was. For about 6 months, I couldn't just use that street. I couldn't bring myself to thinking about how I was going to face this lady. I mean, my whole world was shattered. But I gave somebody another try. And I realized that had to go so that this one comes. Yeah. If you don't let go, you don't get what is good for you. There's a proverb in Chi that says, you see, I mean, one mistake and so your life comes to an end. No, we appreciate the fact that you were shocked, you were pushed to the margins, you wanted to even commit suicide. It's normal. It means you were genuine, you were in love. But somebody takes your love for granted. Do you waste the remainder of your life because of somebody who did not appreciate the genuineness in you? That person is not worth it. And you know why the rear view mirror in a car is smaller than the the windshield? Because what is behind us is not as important as what we see ahead of us. The future is bigger than the past. That person could not make it with you because she's not worth it. Or he is not worth it. Let them go. Look into the windshield. Better days ahead. Give another person a try. Don't throw that gem away, that precious side of you away. But who says you shouldn't be careful? You have to be careful. Once bitten, twice shy. But don't close the doors. For the right person is coming. Next time, be very careful. Not extremely careful, but be very careful. Yeah.
Thank you very much, very Reverend Kofi Amwate. Thank you so much. We all have our stories. We have heard some stories. And on every episode of Restoration, we will be bringing you a story that you can relate to or that can guide you for the future ahead of us all. God bless you. And know that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Amen. Goodbye.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you. There is hope.